What's up, guys? I'm Nick. Welcome to the mine. And man, there's not much has been changing, but we got our cart in and it's getting cold. 51 degrees. Yeah, we're able to hit that good old 51 degrees thanks to a little something I bought. These humongous, stupid fans. Technically, these are whole house fans. Like, you put them in a window somewhere, and these two combined produce like 2,000 more CFM than those two exhaust ones over there. Oh, we're going to be starting to get some cold going. Just having them sit here in this stupid shelf that I built, it actually works pretty good, but here's what's going to happen. These things are too big for these windows, but that's not going to stop us. We're going to be putting one here and one over here as intake, because remember that whole positive negative air pressure thing? We want positive air pressure in here, and the CFM on those suckers is going to be able to pull more air in than what those guys can get rid of, which is actually a good thing. You want more air coming in than you have going out, positive air pressure, and you're able to change the entire all the air and all this hot crap in the room out quicker and more efficiently. So when it comes summertime, these are going to be hugely beneficial. And plus, with positive air pressure, the AC unit upstairs, the normal house stuff, is actually not going to struggle. So it's kind of like a two-in-one solution. You know, by doing this, we end up equalizing the air pressure in here. We get the air out. It stays cooler, colder, better, faster, whatever the heck. And upstairs, the AC unit's not going to be struggling or crapping out like it was last year. So that's the reason we got those. We got these guys. They're like 20-inch fans. Those windows are only like 18 height. So we're going to have to get a little crafty with these things, because when air comes in, we need filters. Okay, this filter I found online, it's a metal washable one, apparently pretty good, and surprisingly it fits in these windows perfectly. They will seat in there perfectly. So there's our filter. It's not normal. You know, a lot of people, when it comes to filtration and stuff, they buy like this mesh or whatever, just like this foam fiberglass mesh, and they kind of wrap it around things or whatever. I'm trying to do something a little bit more practical and easier to do, because when we put the fans up on here, the idea is we're going to stick them on some hinges so that we can lift the hinge, take the filter out, wash it off, put the filter back in, close the hinges, fan good to go. And man, these things blow some air. I was amazed. Okay, like earlier, this would be sitting, because it's pretty cold outside, right? This would be sitting around 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, just kind of floating around in there. I pop these on, keep that door over here closed, and man, it's pulling air in there. It might actually be really close to positive air pressure just having them sit here like this. I don't think that's the case, but it's possible. But I kick those things on, and man, it gets cold in here, and that's a good thing. We want it frosty in here. All right, so what are our other plans going forward? Okay, well, Hive OS. Okay, it's pretty much time to get over to Hive OS. NiceHash recently announced that they're not going to be allowing free withdrawals anymore to like Coinbase and I guess some other places or whatever. And that's actually one of the reasons I would use NiceHash, because yeah, you don't make quite as much using NiceHash, but it's easy, it's convenient, it switches the algorithms when you can, and those withdrawals are free. And the withdrawals can, you know, they can cost a couple of bucks. With them getting rid of the free withdrawals, there's not much left to let me, you know, care anymore. Like running these rigs on Windows is all good, but there's also stability issues. You know, everybody, all you guys probably know, you're sitting there, you're playing a game, and all of a sudden something pops up, or your system starts chugging, and you don't know what the heck's going on. Well, there's a Windows update going, right? Or new NVIDIA drivers are downloaded, or something stupid is going on that's automated and blah, blah, blah. Well, with NiceHash OS, you don't have that. It puts everything into a nice GUI interface. I can sit upstairs on my laptop, control all these rigs from there. It'll end up making things nice and stuff, but the only downside is I have to set everything manually instead of just letting NiceHash do what it does. That's all well and good, but we're going to start that transition. And how are we going to do that? Well, I bought a little thing, hopefully be here by the end of the week, that we're going to hook up to this. And all it is a hard drive and M2 dock. All right, so basically just a little thing to put down. And you got like a little M2 drive here. You just boop, stick it in, do what you got to do. And by doing that, we have this computer already set up to write Hive OS images onto these drives. Write them onto the drive, swap it into the rig. Like these three actually take M2 drives. So that's kind of surprising. You don't really see people using M2 drives for their mining rigs, but you know, those do, and I got them cheap, so why not, right? And those three use it, so basically we just swap out the old one, put in the new, light it up, and just configure it in Hive OS. Should not be much of an issue. Same thing with the regular old hard drives. Now we could run them off USB, but a lot of people do that, but also a lot more people say don't do that because problems. So we're not going to do that. And all my other stuff runs off hard drives like this. So with that hard drive dock, the hard drive / M2 dock little combo thing, basically what I'll do is I'll like take the hard drive from that, stick it in the dock, swap it out, put it back. We're on Hive OS. Hopefully everything transitions fairly smooth. I just have to learn Hive OS, which apparently ain't all that bad. So shouldn't be much of an issue. Oh man, is going to require a pretty much decent amount of work. It's going to be, you know, a full day of doing that at least, because I have to get in, configure everything, write down all my overclocks and everything, because all these cards are a little different. It's going to be a real pain swapping everything over. But I guess the last thing is the MSI Suprim X, the best video card on the market you can buy, and he's sitting right here mining Furo. It almost seems like kind of a waste, don't it? I have to say though, when I plugged this guy in, I overclocked it all to hell. I think I just think right off the bat, I put 200 on the GPU and 1600 on the memory, and it ran for a week, no problem. Not one crash, nothing. It was great. Oh my God, I really want to put this in my gaming rig so bad. I really do, but for right now, I just can't. And with all the water cooling stuff that I have, I mean, if they come out with a water block for this, like a nice water block that I can just swap out, ooh, game on. You know, I'm going to be using that and clocking it all to hell. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys. In terms of growth, there's not much more that we can do. I kind of mentioned that in the last video. We're pretty much tapped on what power that we can use. Like I said, if I want to throw like a video card over there, a video card over there, that's not a problem. We won't go over. But in terms of like having another rig or another 8 rig or something like that, we just simply can't. We'll be going into that 20% safety margin in terms of power usage. So basically, we're kind of stuck in that regards. So I guess the plan now is pay off all this stuff, which will be paid, like all this equipment down here will be paid in full from my bank account. I'm just saying. And we need to then just save. Use those funds to eventually go someplace and expand. And maybe my Bitcoin lottery machine will hit by then and I'll be able to get something better going. Who knows? But right now, that's not terribly much of an option. So when we switch over to Hive OS, though, we are leaving nice hash behind. And we are going to be reconfiguring all of these most of these to mine Ethereum direct, at least for the time being. These guys are still doing their altcoin thing. That's perfectly fine. You know, the TI limited hash rate cards, it's kind of better to put them on something else other than Ethereum just because they can perform better. Not necessarily more profitable, because Ethereum is still like nice, except for recently. My God, that crash. Oh my God, that crash. Of course, I need to cash out to pay bills and everything crashes every time I need to do that. So maybe I should plan around that. Like every time I need to pay a bill, just remember, everything's going to crash. Maybe I can make some money that way. You know, hey, here's my electric bill. It's coming on this date. Make sure you sell before that. Oh, whatever. But things are going smoothly. I need to start making other videos for other stuff because I've been slacking a little bit, if you guys haven't noticed. But I will be getting on it, and we'll see you then.